Welcome to Guitars and Bacon, back again doing another reaction video, and today we're checking out Juice WRLD's Codeine Cobain. Now before we get started, if you want to talk about music, gear, recording, want to hang out while I play video games, head on over to my live stream. I stream on Twitch every Tuesdays and Thursdays, links down in the description below. Now we're finally going to be checking out Codeine Cobain as requested from one of our awesome subscribers and commenters. We're going to be having a look at this. This is actually a lyric video, so I'd be able to have at least an idea of what Juice is actually singing about. The name is actually a bit of a reference, I'm assuming, to the late Kurt Cobain, who was the former frontman of Nirvana, the awesome alternative rock band back in the 90s. He was quite famous for bringing an anthem around that time that signaled the end of an era, pretty much. Although he wasn't really the founder of grunge, his name was pretty much one of the most prominent names that you'd hear during that era of the end of hair metal or the glam rock bands. Cobain unfortunately took his own life, or so it may seem. There have been some conspiracy reports that it was apparently a murder, but we don't have any further ideas on that one. I don't really want to comment too much on that. I'd love to get to know more about it. If you guys have any sorts of clues or idea of what else happened there, leave it down on the comments. But yeah, I'm assuming this is also referring to Cobain's drug use during the time. Kurt Cobain actually took his own life by, according to reports, overdosing on heroin and actually a shotgun to the face. Now, that was pretty brutal. That is pretty much a dark way to go, if truth be told. What the parallelism is with Juice's song, I'm not entirely sure, except for it might be something along the lines of Juice sharing his thoughts that kind of mirrors that particular sentiment, where Kurt was actually highly dependent on drugs because, if I remember, that he had a stomach condition that left him in excruciating pain, which pretty much led to him taking the substance almost medically. Well, not really medically. He was using it to treat his pain, but in the end, it seems like it might have actually taken him over. I'm not entirely sure what the entire story on that, unfortunately, but that's so far as I know. Let's get started. Now I'm starting to hear the instruments now. It sounds like he's using mostly MIDI instruments. It doesn't sound like any actual like drums or percussion so far with the tune. The melody itself, yeah, sounds pretty much like what you'd hear on a MIDI keyboard programmed into the PC. So okay, this isn't exactly new. Juice has actually done this in some of the other tunes that I've actually listened to. So let's continue.
Codeine Cobain, Percocet, face drop like a mixtape, pills filled with mixed haze. I'm begging and pleading, my stomach is bleeding, I need it right now. I'm coughing and wheezing, I'm breaking down pills, am I allowed? I'm begging and pleading and calling my plug, I'm running now.
Wow. So that was actually a new word for me, Percocet. Let's quickly combination. Okay, oxycodone and paracetamol under the brand name Percocet, among others. Combination opioid oxycodone with paracetamol. Oh, okay. Okay, it is also still substance. Okay, that's something new. We're learning new stuff every day, and pretty much is a testament to how Juice's writing skills are, man. Hell, that's too much of a medical term for me to even remember. It's really cool. He's also I'm assuming that's the chorus where he started off, the Codeine Cobain, Percocet face, drop like a mixtape. Pills filled with mixed hate. It feels like he's talking a bit about about the feeling of addiction, I guess, that being reliant on those substances. So there's like mixed hate to it, although you're sort of dependent on it, which is, yeah, it's gonna be a tough situation to be in. Begging and pleading, my stomach is bleeding, I need her right now. Coughing and wheezing, breaking down pills in my loud, I'm begging, pleading, calling my plug, running out, she served me pills full of thrills, I'm aroused. Yeah, he's really good with words and how he's describing the situation. It's as if he's actually telling the story right now of what he's experiencing, either like if you're craving for it, I guess, the addiction kind of starting to grasp at you, which is, oh man, it's a terrible fate to be stuck with, man. I can only imagine.
Begging and pleading, my stomach is bleeding, I need it right now. I'm coughing and wheezing, I'm breaking down pills, I'm all out. I'm begging and pleading and calling my plug, I'm running now. She served me pills full of thrills, I'm around. Every day I pull for O's till I'm slow. Play the game of life, using drugs is the cheat code. Everybody know, everybody don't know the repercussions of them cold. Then as you run out the plug, don't pick up the phone, that's when it's gon' get cold. You gon' feel the devil himself putting his hands on your soul.
Wow, that's freaking heavy, man. You're gonna feel the devil himself put his hands on your soul. Oof. It's kind of like, you know, the temptation is there. He's kind of like using the devil as a reference to both the terror, I guess, and like how much temptation you get out of it. It's crazy. I mean, it's like drugs is the cheat code. I guess that's how you kind of sort of bypass certain afflictions that you're experiencing. But yeah, he mentions everybody don't know the repercussions of them codes. It's like, you know, you don't really, we have an idea that how much addiction takes a toll on you if once you're like really deep in it. But, you know, it's a whole different ball game, I'm assuming, once you're actually there, once you're the actual person, because, you know, you can only walk so far in your shoes. But, oh man, this is heavy. This is really heavy.
Personally, I put up a front and say these bands make me whole. But these blue pills, the only keys that let me in my home. You can imagine the tragedy, but us, we go through it on the daily. What the
fuck? That's exactly what I mentioned, right, man? It's like we can only imagine the tragedy of it. But yeah, the actual person who's undergoing the addiction is traumatizing. It's a mind space where it's very hard to pull out of. You know, that's why I guess some people who go into rehab, who really want to make it through, some of them relapse. But yeah, because it is a tough work. But you can do it. I mean, there are people there who manage to pull through from whatever they're struggling from. It definitely is. But it doesn't make the situation any less difficult.
The fuck? There ain't no hope for us, but the show got dope for us. That's what got us in this ride. Pick up the phone when the drugs call. The perks, it got me scratching through the wall. It works, but I only feel high for a minute. So I feel like I'ma die for a minute. Next morning I crash, head on collision. Codeine Cobain, perk, good set, face drop like a mixtape. Pills filled with mixtape. Codeine Cobain, perk, good set, face drop like a mixtape. Pills filled with mixtape. I'm begging and pleading, my stomach is bleeding, I need it right now. I'm coughing and wheezing, I'm breaking down pills, I'm all out. I'm begging and pleading and calling my plug, I'm running now. She served me pills full of thrills, I'm aroused.
Okay, cool. I think that's about it. Well, yeah, it's heavy. The writing is absolutely great. It's insane how much detail he's managed to put onto that and let the feeling just come through the music. The word choice, man, it's just inspiring. But yeah, it's tragic as well at the same time, because you know he's never gonna be writing any other tune since his passing. But man, this is insane. The music side of things, like I said, I'm not entirely a fan of programmed percussion that doesn't sound like an acoustic drum, at least. I like the feeling of the cymbals and like an acoustic kick drum. That's the kick itself has a different feel to it. So it's mostly on my background. Nothing to take away from Juice's writing here. This is his music, kind of like pretty much holds the fort while he lays down the lyrics and just tells you a story. His singing is pretty much on point, although it kind of feels a bit suppressed because I know I'm feeling mostly it's because of the vocoder, and I think it's a bit too compressed for me. Like when he finishes the chorus, like it feels it could have actually gone a lot more dynamic if it wasn't being too like limited by the compressor or like a limiter. I don't know, man. It's point of preference, like I said. But what about you guys? What did you think? I thought the tune itself was pretty nice. It's a chilled out melody, accompanied by some very heavy and very personal lyrics from Juice. And as far as I know, from what I've heard on the comments, that he actually freestyles this stuff, which is insane with how much words he's actually managed to just squeeze in there, and what kind of story he's telling. That's definitely a talent. Not everyone can just pump those words out and make them cohesive. I personally like to write stuff down on a piece of paper. Yeah, I have a PC, I have a machine, I have my phone, I can type on that, but it feels a bit different when I'm actually scribbling them down on a piece of paper. So that's how my process is. But if he can like just push record and then just lay down what he's feeling into words, man, that's insane. Well, what about you guys? What did you think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys want more, if you guys have more requests, let me know as well down there. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon to be one of the first people to see new content when it's out. And one more reminder, if you want to talk about music, gear, recording, want to hang out while I play video games, head on over to my live stream. I stream on Twitch every Tuesdays and Thursdays, links down in the description below. It's free, come hang out. And once again, thanks for tuning in to Guitars and Bacon. See ya. Woo! That's badass. What? Nope, I don't want to deal with y'all of you. Whoop! Whoa! Whoa! No! Whoa! What the hell was that?